everyone, good morning, welcome back to another renovation video. I've got so much in store for you in today's vlog because I haven't uploaded one in a while. We moved in to the cottage, as you remember, but then we decided to move out. So if you only watch the renovation vlogs, then that's a little update for you. So we decided to go home because it was just too much. I think it was a fun idea. We thought maybe it would be beneficial for us to come here because of having a little newborn. However, it was a bit distracting, if anything. It was so nice being here and living here because we got to kind of understand the cottage in terms of actually living here, and I got to explore Newlyn, go on nice walks every day. It was so gorgeous being by the sea. However, it was just distracting, I think, for Alex when he was doing DIY. Difficult if she's napping, can't make too much noise. And it's much better for us to have like a bit of a split between home and here. It's just too disorganised. But that doesn't mean we can't just come here sometimes. So we stayed over last night so that we could be here for a full day and save the kind of travelling situation. And it's kind of nice to be able to do that the weekend. That's the benefit of having somewhere by the sea. You can kind of just go there and be like, let's just hang out there for the day. So I'm just getting ready for the day. My hair is a bit of a mess. I feel like my fringe is kind of bothering me. But I just need to clean my teeth and fix my hair a little bit. I actually haven't managed to clean my teeth today. It's like middle of the morning because I've just been looking after Elowen. Sometimes that happens when the morning flies by and I'm like, I haven't even cleaned my teeth yet. But I did bring my Suri toothbrush with me. So easy to travel with. Look how nifty this little travel case is. And look how beautiful. At home we have got this on a little mount that you attach to our mirror, our medicine cabinet mirror. And it just makes it look really neat and tidy, really sleek, simple. I love the fact that it just ties in with the bathroom without it being just some kind of ugly toothbrush out. My old toothbrush was not the prettiest, and it also came with this really annoying charger that was very chunky, couldn't charge easily. The battery lasts so long, so if I ever take it anywhere I don't need to worry about it. I definitely simplified how much I take with me places now. Skincare, toiletries, and this really does fit in with that. I can just throw it in my handbag. One of the main reasons I love this toothbrush though is that they have recyclable plant-based heads. So these, when they're finished, when they are old and you don't want them anymore, you can just send these back to Suri and they will recycle them, which is just such a cool thing. So innovative. It's the last toothbrush you'll ever have to buy because it is sustainably made and intended to last a really long time because it has this aluminium durable body and, like I said, this really sleek case which you can plug in and it charges for you, and then that charge lasts for a month. Isn't that incredible? So during Black Friday, as a content creator and influencer, I really try and be mindful of the things that I'm recommending because there's just a lot going on with Black Friday sometimes, and I like to stick with the brands I've used for a really long time that I absolutely love and have some really great sales and options that I would recommend to you. I personally, around Black Friday, try not to buy too much. I try and be mindful about something potentially that I needed for a long time. So for example, a toothbrush is one of those expenses that is quite nice to get on sale cheaper, or as a gift for Christmas for somebody, because I feel like this is a very sensible gift for someone. I would love to receive a nice fancy toothbrush because you use it every single day. Very practical, very sustainable, and it's nice to get a little bit of a discount. So Suri already have some great deals going on, but if you use my code MadeleineBF, you'll get some extra money off. So if you have had your eye on this is the time to get it because this will be the best deal that you're going to get with Suri. It's a lovely sustainable toothbrush, absolutely rate it, cleans your teeth beautifully, and of course, gorgeous. So I'll leave a link to it down below, you can go check it out. And I'm gonna clean my teeth, get myself ready, and then the plan is to hopefully actually get her in the carrier. I might put her in the carrier so she can nap and go around and sort of write a list and maybe talk to you about what you think the rooms need to finish them off. Because the bedrooms upstairs kind of are finished, basically. Well, the one that I showed the makeover for is definitely finished. And then the upstairs room and the kids' room are done except those final touches, which it might make us feel a bit motivated if we actually get those bits done, even though they're not super important. I know Alex has done loads in the kitchen, so we're going to kind of go back in time and show you a lot of that. Anyway, let me clean my teeth and let's flash back to what we've been up to. Good morning, welcome back to the channel. Alex has Elowen nice and snuggled up on his chest asleep, so I'm gonna attempt to try and sand or scrape off the varnish on these work surfaces. There's quite a few rings and water stains just because they've not been refinished in a long time, and we want to experiment and see what it looks like when we sand it. I'm gonna try scraping it first though because I feel like there's a lot of varnish on the top. I'm not sure how it's going to work, whether I've got the right scrapers or tools. I feel like there's one buried somewhere, that would do a better job, but I'll attempt with these and try scraping some of the varnish off first to see how we go. And then we're going to sand. I'm just testing this area first. We'll see how it goes, and if it's successful, then we'll carry on. But I'm optimistic. See, that's quite labour intensive, isn't it? Not sure that's doing a great deal. Well, actually, there's a reasonable amount of like varnish that's come off just from me doing that. So I don't think I need to be like really thorough, but if I go over the surface first, that is gonna relieve a bit of stress from sanding. It means I'll just be, I guess, I'll go through less bits of sandpaper if I do this for a little bit first. It's just quite hard. But you can see the difference in the colour. After giving that a go, I've decided I'm not going to scrape because it's very, very tiring and hard. And this corner, to try and get in the direction of the grain, is really tricky. So I'm just going to go straight in with the sander because that kind of does the work for you, and see how I get on. But I did scrape some off, but I was just doing it thinking this is going to take so much effort and it's going to make me so exhausted. So sanding for now, and we're using 60 grit to begin with. Hopefully that's not too intense. Got the hoover attached so that can suck up most of the dust, and I'll do a little test patch and see how it looks. That looks so good.
May look different from what you've dreamed. Colors and contrast making it art.
The battery died, but kind of just in time. It was annoying, I was trying to finish the edge, but that looks so good. I will get another battery or charge this one and finish, because I need to also do the piece of wood around the edge, which is kind of confusing to me why that's there. And then we need to do it with a more fine grit, and I also need to do the edge here and down there. Unsure what to do down here, because we're going to have like a sort of a baseboard installed. Visibly, realistically, it's only going to be this that's visible, because I know that obviously whatever's there. Yeah, just have to figure out how we're finishing that.
just want to quickly go over what we've been doing on this work surface, because it's probably just been some time-lapsey type footage. Mainly done this side, done a bit over here, but this side, because the kitchen is in a state, I want to try and finish this bit today so we can actually use it to cook and stuff on. So what we've done, Maddie did some sanding. We started with 60 grit, went over just on this, and it's come up very nicely. And then I had to get the fridge out by taking off this thingy, which I was hoping to paint the same yellow as that and that. But if you'll notice, I don't know enough about screws, but those screws all got stuck in there. So when I put it back in, other way around, I'm gonna have to put some new screws in different places. They all sheared off. So we kind of sanded like under, I guess, just the bits you can see, nice and smooth. Gone back over it without, this was kind of a bit more delicate, so we did 120. This one on this, and then we used the mouse sander there, so sort of get in the corners, like there and that. I also bought, now this is like a carbide blade, it's supposed to be used for like scraping the wood, and you know, like there. However, it's quite hard. This piece of wood was hard to get like smooth without it making gouges. I think I've done okay, but you can see it's like, you know, that's even smooth. It was just like the colour of the wood. It's been hard to get the same colour all through. I guess that's just how the wood is. And you can see like there, a couple of bits of the wood like chipped off when you're sanding. We're trying to be really delicate, but this has been really good for like around the sink. Like this old sink, there's been a lot, I think I filmed it, there's been a, like, you know, the water gets on it, it's not fully protected, it makes the wood like black, and also there's loads and loads of like burn marks from plates, pans, mugs. It's been a bit of a challenge using it. It's been really helpful, but it's been a bit of a challenge. It is very sharp and durable. I think we've got it to a point now where it's kind of, the wood in this bit is ready. Over here it's still in progress. As you can see, I've sort of sanded and scraped, and then the battery ran out, so I stopped. That's where I was talking about the kind of black historic issues and rings. But for now, I'm trying not to be too perfectionist, because that's part of the problem, I think, with me. I think I need to, you know, I want to learn absolutely everything. So I've watched a few videos of someone doing it. As long as it's sanded, we got some oil, which I'll show you before I start putting it on. I feel like I can spend you know, I could try sanding it so it's all uniform, but it doesn't matter enough. You know, it's not like a wood countertop that we bought. It was just here, we're just making the best of it. Sand it, re-oil it, and it will look a lot nicer and feel like a fresher kitchen, I hope. And also it's stopping us cooking at the moment, because you don't really want to like cook or put anything down on the bare wood and make it more stained. So I'm going to do that. I'll show you the oil. This is one that people recommended. Worktops, light coloured wood, natural oil-based wax, lightly pigmented, retains the natural wood colour. That's kind of, this seemed like the most raw, plain one you could get. I think we used Osmo oil on our floors, but that was with more of like an antique pine tint. Years ago, like 2021 when we moved in, that was one of the first things we did. So I watched a YouTube video of someone doing work surfaces just like this. He made it seem quite easy. That's the oil. I'm going to put it on with a paintbrush from the video I've seen, and I'll show you the results after. I think it takes 2 coats, so hopefully by the end of today that bit will be done and I can carry on with this side of the kitchen. But it is resistant to wine, beer and cola, so that's good, specifically those 3 things. Not the colour I was expecting. bits are the bits that I couldn't get because of the subtle grooves of the wood. I'd go over it and it would only get this bit, not this bit. So that'll have to be sanded. It's got a fair chunk now. I think I've got a bit of a better technique than I did. Before this renovation I hadn't used a sort of orbital sander like that. I was worried I was kind of making swirly groove marks. The main reason for doing this was to try and get, there were quite a lot of the like heat water marks on the wood. I'm applying this, new coat of waxy oil, and more marks will appear in the future, can't avoid that. Unless you I was tempted to put like a quite, heavy duty varnish on, but I don't like the look of that as much. So we'll just do the best we can with getting the marks out. And that's all it needs to be. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm no expert. I am back in Newlyn. We have done one coat on the wood. I think I tried to do a pan, maybe I did get a pan. Now it's not perfect, and we knew it wasn't going to be perfect, but I think it's better. For example, that had quite a lot of black marks there. This had an enormous amount of rings, and you can still faintly see them, but only in the right light. I think this light is the worst. When the sun's kind of up there, you can kind of see, it was so bad, and I'm a little annoyed. I can see like some faint scratch marks from the sander. This just would not come off. So it's not perfect, but I think it looks better than it did. And then obviously you're going to have stuff like kettle, toaster, blah, blah, blah. Plant pots, little bits of herbs, all sorts of appliances. And yeah, it really doesn't matter. Oh my God, this is how I left it. Oh. I was thinking to myself, what did I do with that roller? The other paintbrushes I've used, I can't get the oil and the wax off. It's almost like you have to use it and then dispose of it. I think I was in a rush. I think Maddie was calling me like I need to get home. Oh, that's so annoying. Anyway, oh boy, I hope it's fine if I just give it a shake. It is just like oil. Not sure if we mentioned it. That sink, I got some Barkeeper's Friend and that seemed to kind of tidy it up. And I did get shelves. Oh yeah, they're behind me. I think I tried filming in B&Q, but I don't think I actually explained what I was doing. So these are the plywood shelves. We were going to get MDF, but I think we looked into it and just thought plywood would be better. We thought doing like, the raw timber. I'm not sure that fitted in this room. Not sure if we paint it this colour or the the other wood colour. So these are the two colours we could paint the shelves. We'll see how it goes. Might be an overload of yellow when all the doors are on. Oh, I can't tell you the hassle it has been trying to get a roofer to come and look at this top room. Here is what the last roofer did. He came, left some muddy footprints, and then hasn't replied to my messages. So as you can see, I'm not sure why the water is pooling here. I'm not sure why they would have built it without, you know, a nice big drop into that hole there. That's what the roofer is coming to look at, because it is currently, when we weren't here for a while after Ellen was born, we noticed, I guess if the water stays like that, no matter how well sealed it is, it seems to be making kind of damp lines in the room below. I'll show you in case we haven't talked about this before. So I've tried to get 4 or 5 roofers out. 2 eventually came, and those 2 have just ghosted me since. So I guess they don't want to do the job. So fingers crossed this company is going to actually give me a realistic quote and they can do the work soonish, because it's not too big a job. And that's the view today. You can see St Michael's Mount through the mist. Lovely. It's been very warm weather lately, actually. Down here in Cornwall at least. It's been like 14-15 degrees for weeks. And it's coming up to mid-November. So we're back. I have, in the clips I just shown, or maybe they'll be overlaid, done the second coat on that. And these have dried overnight. I just sanded this with a 240. I've sanded them all, like keyed them with a 240 grit. This had a weird, what's the word? It's like chipping, peeling away. So I sanded that. Done that with all the sides. The thing with plywood is you sand it and it will always, it does kind of, it's like, you got to be careful because you might get a splinter. But I've sanded it down with a very light grit and now it's ready to prime like that. So I'll do one coat on one side, or the sides that I can see. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then wait for them to dry. I was hoping to paint those walls, but because that's still drying, I didn't get around to doing all of it yesterday on the top. So this is the one I'm looking at on eBay. I think it's a decent price. And looks, it's a nice shape. Brush, brush, brush the wood. So, roofer did come yesterday, eventually, but I'd run out of battery by that point. He came, he quoted for this £4,500, which we can't afford. I'm sure it'll be lovely quality. And they seem like a reputable company. I'm gonna have to call back 2 other roofers who've been and then sort of blanked me. One of them did give Maddie like a sort of verbal quote of £1,200, but then he was texting me on WhatsApp and then he stopped. I texted him, he hasn't seen it, which is kind of odd. Years of renovating have kind of made me quite distrustful, skeptical of tradesmen, sadly. The upside of that is you do kind of try and teach yourself stuff, and I'm not particularly good at DIY. I'm definitely an amateur, so I'm sure a lot of people watch these videos and cringe, and I look back at some old stuff, old videos of DIY, and definitely cringe because you learn by doing it. I'd like to get 3 proper quotes, because I don't want to, you don't know whether it's 4,500, that seems like you're on your way to a whole new roof versus just a small little balcony. I don't want to just go with the cheapest quote because either. Maddie did some photoshopping of what these shelves would look like. Like I said, we weren't sure if it would be yellow, and we decided that it should be the same white as the walls, the Farron Ball Wimborne white dupe. The only trouble is I don't think I have enough paint to do 4 shelves and brackets, which is really annoying, like right down to the end. Okay, done. While I watched The Simpsons. Made a bunch of calls, which I hate doing, but I did them, to the 2 roofers who've already come. Yes, I will double check the paint, otherwise I'll have to order some more from B&Q. So that's it for this week, unless we come back tomorrow, which we probably won't. Next week we'll be getting these shelves up. I've got to finish the grouting, the little grouty bits. Light sanding on the wall. Probably needs filling. Actually, I wanted to investigate. I blocked those off, but actually I'm wondering if I can take this off entirely. If these cables are coming out of that one, and just get rid of them. I've got a faceplate for that, unfortunately, so we can't, tile over it. Get the shelves up next week, do all that, and then also do the door. That's all the Wimborne white wood and metal colour match paint I have left, and that's not going to do 4 shelves and 8 brackets. There where the cupboards were. While that dries, I'll have lunch and I'll try and stick this down the drain outside very carefully and see if there is a problem in there, see if I can carefully unblock it. I don't know what it is. Yeah, I want to see if I can do it myself. I got this on eBay, not used, but it was half the price of the one you can get in Screwfix, and since I'm not a professional plumber, I don't really need the proper trade one. I just need something that will fit down the drain. And actually, I do use it at home in one of our drains in the driveway. At some point, someone's coming to come and clean this. It's very mossy. That's not even going to fit, is it? Hilarious. What a weird... Why did they make it like this? How odd. Okay, that wasn't very illuminating. I had a poke around in there. Gentle poke around. and it was almost like I couldn't tell where the water was flowing out. Maybe it was just quite a narrow pipe. It didn't feel like there was a blockage, it just felt like that was the bottom. Almost like it was a golf hole. That was it, just like that. I have got a little pump at home, which I should have got out previously. I might try that, maybe next time. Another coat on there. It's 3 o'clock and it's already getting dark. It's the book I'm reading, and this is what my phone is now doing. It's now on its 3rd repair. Don't get a flip phone. Right, back, it's Friday. I forgot the pump for the gutter because I didn't write it down. However, these arrived. They look really nice, I think. Nice wood shelves. And I realise I'm pretty sure, because it's like 18 by 20 or something, it said. The shelves are 25 centimetres deep. So I assume you put the longer bit at the top. But now I'm realising I'm not actually 100% sure. Anyway, I've got 8 of them to prime. Think about it, you would have the longer piece against the wall. I think it has, they're sort of painted over. It's not the best pre-drilled holes, I can just redo them. And then as long as I have sturdy screws, painted one side, I'll just paint this bit that I couldn't really get to, and they'll be done. And I had a lovely leftover lunch of paella, what I made yesterday for dinner.
So we're in the top bedroom, and I was just wandering around writing a list of what we need up here. Number 1, we need a nice chair. We did try and fit an armchair up here. The stairs are too narrow, so it's got to be a small chair. We also need a clothing rail. I was thinking of a exposed, just kind of normal clothing rail, because obviously we can't fit a wardrobe up here. And then we also need some pictures for the walls, mainly just like small pictures. I thought we could have a couple on either side of these beams to finish things off, and also a plant, maybe some books, just like the finishing touches in this room. And also a little mat to go next to this door that goes out to the balcony. We have got a bit of an update with the balcony. We're going to get a roof around because there's a slight kind of leak. Not a leak, but it's kind of, it's letting a little bit of water into the room below. Not water that's dripping, but you can see a mark on the ceiling even though it's been freshly decorated. So someone is going to come and make it a slope and just no tiles, so it's very sleek and easy to clean, and the water can drain properly. So out there we have got like an outdoor rug, which would be cute, with a nice table and chairs as well, so that you can enjoy the view. So I think we can keep it as simple as that in here. I also think along this stairs we definitely need some kind of rope rail so that you have something to hold on to, and then a few cute pictures as well. Kids' room's looking kind of dark, and also it's become storage for some of the kitchen bits that we're sorting. So the doors for the kitchen are up here, and then we've got our tools. In here though, I don't think we need much because we did manage to get quite a few good things recently in the charity shops. So we've got this lovely collection of Roald Dahl books, some toys which we can put in a basket. We've got this incredible train, like this wooden train, which is very, very, very cute. And then we've obviously got the little chest of drawers. I think we'll hang that picture, so we need to hang that. And we've got the lovely lamp. And then in here, we just need to make the beds up basically and make it feel cozy. But I did get these really lovely gingham blankets from Dunelm to kind of tie in the stripy green curtains. As you can see, we have the stripy chair from our house actually in here. And then I got this wicker basket, which I'm going to fill with some sort of kids bits, games, that kind of stuff. So anyone staying here, if they've got children, then there's some fun things for them to do, basically. And then we've got these lovely pictures on the wall and mirror. But I don't actually think we need to buy anything for this room. I think it just needs to be made up. This room is obviously finished. I've got my stuff there on the bed. We actually forgot Kitty. I left her here when we were staying. But this room is actually officially finished and you can go watch that video. This room is the room that we're not doing any kind of like renovating, apart from we did get a new shower put in, which is fantastic. But in here we do need a new shower rail and a new shower curtain because this one's plastic and not the prettiest. We'll paint the ceiling, give it a nice little touch up. I think we could do with something up there, probably not that pot, but just some kind of nice decoration just to hide the window a little bit. Maybe a vase of some kind, like a large vase would be cute. Or a basket for storage, or towels, I'm not sure yet. We did get this nice old style kind of Great Western toilet roll holder, which will be cute. And then I think we will be replacing the kind of accessories, so the towel rail holder, because as cute as they are with the shells, they're not the best quality. And as you can see, they're kind of hanging off the wall a bit. So we're gonna replace these. And the last thing will be this mirror. I did buy one. Not 100% sure if it will be the right size, because I've realised after I bought it that once you take this down, I don't know what the fittings are like. And because we're keeping the wallpaper, whatever we replace it with has to be this exact size or a bit bigger, so that, I mean, it depends. We'll see when we take it down, but I'm fingers crossed the thing I bought will work or it is the same size, but I bought it so long ago I don't even remember. And then in the landing, we have actually got a nice little light that I don't know if we ever showed you, a little yellow one. We did have a different one, but I think this one's much better. The yellow looks cute with the blue. I think here we should either have a mirror or a nice big painting. Again, I think it's quite nice having pictures go down stairways. I'm not going to go mad on it. We can add it obviously in time, but I think it would be quite nice to have a mirror or some kind of bigger painting there. Let's see what Alex is getting up to. I'm sure he has updated you. Oh look, he's been painting the shelves. The wood's looking fantastic, and we've got all the brackets, which he's got a coat of paint on, so they're going to fill that space. And look how much better it looks now it's painted and there's no cupboards there. It just feels so much more spacious in here, doesn't it? An area. I feel like once they're up and decorated, it looks so gorgeous and cottagey. So in here, please ignore the chaos, but this is the reality. We've just gone charity shopping and I just exploded. And also we took the books out of this cupboard. Oh, Bobby, look at this tail. We took them out of the cupboard because I wanted to give the cupboard a clean. When I was here last, I was like, what shall I do? And I cleaned out the cupboard and took all the books out. But in here, we have actually brought our ottoman from home because at home we got a playmat for Elowen and we wanted the space to be able to basically play with her in the living room, and the ottoman just took up the whole centre of the room and it meant that we were moving around a lot. So we thought, well, that's actually going to work really, really well in Newlyn. So we did buy this chest with the intention of it being a coffee table. But I actually think having both, when this is in the middle and it's got the feet on it, really works, because that's going to be, they've both got storage in them. That's going to be a nice little place that you can put your drink down when you're sitting here, nice and convenient, and it can store blankets and games. Bobby, your waggy are so cutie. And I feel like it fills the room, because this room was feeling a bit like it was bare. And we have got a rug coming from IKEA, jute rug, to fill the space, to ground it and make it feel cosy. I think we need a painting up here or a mirror. I feel like potentially a mirror, because then it's going to reflect kind of the light from outside. So then obviously a mirror there, you can't necessarily use it. What do you think? You could have a really big mirror there. Or you have a really big painting.
It's like in our living room, we have a mirror there.
Yeah, we do. We'll see. We did see a big mirror the other day, didn't we?
What is the dog doing?
I don't know. I think she's ready to go out. Okay. But we do want a mirror in the hallway. So we have to think about this. Let me know what your thoughts are.
So we couldn't figure out, we saw that big mirror and we didn't know where it would go or how it would affect that one.
Yeah. We have got a few pillows in here. I think 2 of them are from our house. I don't think they're quite right in here because they're a bit brown. I think that we need a few more colourful pillows to make this room feel less beige and boring, because right now we've got obviously the sort of darker woods, wooden floor, lots of pale colours on the walls, but this room is not the brightest, so I feel like some colour in here would be good, especially because we've got a nice yellow door frame and the nice sort of warm tiles. Over here where you come in, we've got the lovely floor tiles, the Victorian floor tiles, And then we've got this mirror, which is a nice pop of colour. That's kind of the thing I mean when we need more sort of colourful things. Why am I holding my phone the whole time? We need more colourful bits. I think this should go here underneath this coat rack or next to something like that. Coat rack, maybe the mirror, maybe actually the mirror just above here. Or if we've got a bigger mirror, we could put this upstairs. We need to sort of figure out the locations for those things. We've got this lovely sort of chest of drawers from our house again, which we swapped around with something we had at home and it works much better. And yeah, maybe a picture or maybe nothing on this one, maybe keep it simple. Maybe we literally just have the coat rack and the mirror and keep it simple like that. And then the kitchen, we'll think about when the kitchen is done, but we have actually got quite a lot of kitchen stuff that I've collected over time. We just have to finish it with the practical things like the, you know, utensils and stuff, the boring stuff that you have to buy. But yeah, it's looking pretty good in here. Like it feels, just because the ceilings are low with the beams, not having those cupboards makes such a difference. It feels cozier, it feels more like a cottage, and it's less imposing. And I can't wait for all the yellow cupboards to go on because I feel like that will give a glow to the room as well. And the wood looks like we put a new surface down. I'm so impressed with that.
I'm not so sure. But...
I think it looks so good.
Yeah.
So good. Well done. And we're going to have the same rug in here, another jute rug on the ground, because I do love a jute rug, and it will just sort of cover the tiles a bit and make the table less squeaky when you pull the chairs out.
Yeah, the chairs up there.
Because on this tile it's not working.
Super squeaky.
But anyway, we are going to actually head home now. So we've had a nice productive bit of time here.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad we came.
Got some more painting done.
Yes. It's so awkward painting these kind of things because you have to paint them, wait for them to dry, turn them over, paint the other side, wait for them to dry, and then because you turn them over, it's got like stuck to the thing, and then you have to like sand that little bit of stickiness off and then paint it again. And so it's just a lot of waiting around.
Yes, so we are going to go home, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Give this video a thumbs up.
Or down.
And also don't forget to check out Suri toothbrushes. Alex has one too. You've got a blue one.
Yeah, although I'm kind of jealous of your
Pink one.
pinky. Yeah, it's a cool colour.
You nearly went for that one.
Yeah, because you'd already picked one.
But do you know what's cute? I
can't pick the
noticed
same one.
earlier is that our deodorants match. So we've got matching coloured deodorants to our toothbrushes, which is so funny. Anyway, check out Suri, their Black Friday sale. Madeleine BF gets you a bigger discount, so click the link down below. Thank you to them for sponsoring. And we'll see you in the next renovation vlog. Give me your opinions and thoughts on the house as well. Any ideas? Send me pictures on Instagram. Sometimes you guys do that and it's very helpful. And fingers crossed, we're really nearly over the hurdle because all that's left to do in terms of DIY is these cupboards in this kitchen, and then it's just finishing. And I feel like once this room's done, the motivation to just come here and finish will be there because we'll be like, there's no paint pots out anymore. There's no, well, I mean, we might need to touch things up, like, what do you call it? I always forget this word.
Snagging.
Snagging. We'll have snagging to do, but all the DIY tools can go away and we can come and like do the finishing touches, which will be great.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
The only thing we do need to do are those new handles and stuff for the back and front door. Mustn't forget that. Because they're a bit...
Yeah, this one's okay.
That one's okay, not the front door
Front
though.
one's been weather beaten.
Yes, and that gate needs painting.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, we'll see you in the next one. And love you and leave you.
Onwards and upwards.